Hello. I wanted to talk about confidence. I'm not a good actor and I'm not trying to be one. I just wanted to make the point that I'm going to be talking about confidence today, and the point was that I will be talking about it from the, shall I say, problematic point of view. I'm going to share 3 ways in which confidence may be problematic for the organization's success. Of course, it doesn't mean that we shouldn't be working on our communication styles and how we come across, and that we shouldn't be improving our skills otherwise because we want our message to be heard. But I think that there is from the organization point of view, there is something more we can do. So we don't only focus on fixing the individuals, but how can we fix the environment? So this is the perspectives I want to take for today's video. Number 1, confidence does not come with competence, even if it portrays the competence, right? That comes from the book, Why Do So Many Competent Men Become Leaders? And there's a quote, I'm going to quote, in the real world, the confidence rarely comes with the competence. But the challenge is that the paradigm of the leadership and who deserves promotions is around that charismatic, confident leader, and that's what we are looking for.
We appear to want leaders who are charming and entertaining, but there is a big difference between an effective leader and a stand-up comedian.
So we may be missing the point with focusing too much on those characteristics. Do we focus too much on those characteristics? Well, I made a video on how to look at the performance reviews data, how we can look at the language that is being used, and that can give us some insights. Either we do pay attention to confidence or we don't, even if it's more subconscious. Number 2, being right. Like, if we come to the meeting, I'm sure we have heard about listen to understand, not listen to respond, but we know the reality of our meetings. It is about who is being listened to and how I've saved the meeting by saying the right thing, or how my idea is better than your idea, and all those kind of things. So the challenge with it is that, one, some people may not speak up until they are 110% sure about what they are going to be speaking about. You may think, yeah, that's great. Why would we be saying things that are not right in the first place? But the studies show that, based on female examples, the reason women don't speak up in the meetings may not necessarily be that they lack the confidence. It's just that the past experience taught them that unless they are 110% right, they are being dismissed or not listened to, whereas the other colleagues don't have to be 110% right. So there may be that issue there. But also, from the diversity and inclusion point of view, as Matthew Said said in the book Rebel Ideas, the value of having diverse thinking and the minority viewpoint isn't that those people will always be right, will always say the right thing. The value is that even if they are wrong, the thinking process may lead the group to bring new perspectives, new ideas, and together they came up to a new solution, better idea, better quality. And there are studies to confirm that. So it's just not that we think that, it's just being scientifically proved. So what I would suggest is having the confidence not to be right, but having the confidence to be vulnerable may be more useful to the team, individual, and the organization. And number 3, let me use a comparison. Recently on my LinkedIn feed, there was a video by an English coach, Sarah Spicer. I had the pleasure having an interview with, where we talk about that actually as well, link below. But specifically in one of her recent videos on LinkedIn, she talks about why she recommends for foreigners not to be focusing so much on learning to change the accent to be for the accent to be more as a native speaker, but instead to focus on how they can speak and work on the pronunciation so they are being understood. I'm hoping it's not only in my head the comparison I want to make. When as individuals, I'm going to be put lots of my energy into becoming a confident person, in the way that confident people behave, I may become a caricature. I may not be myself. And anyways, who is that confident person? I'm going to lose some of my identity and I'm still not going to be a native speaker anyway. Whereas if we focus on the pronunciation or otherwise on the ways to be understood, we're going to put the energy in the right places. So I would definitely say that rather than making everyone being the same and looking the same way and having that one role model, this one right way of being a leader, we learn to appreciate our differences and be more open to listen up. What can we do? And I'm parking for what can we do from the individual perspective, although in the third point I'm hoping there is a hint there. What can we do from the organizational point of view? Because I really like this take on diversity and inclusion, that the question of do we fix the individual or do we fix the environment? And again, I made a video with Jan Hills, who is an author of books on neuroscience, and we talk about that topic as well. So her insights and experience are great. So you might be interested in following up with that interview. But for now, what I wanted to say is let's park fixing the individual for now. Although I know that, and again, saying after Jan Hills, until we fix the environment as individuals, we need strategies to survive in this world, in the corporate world, and be our authentic self in a way that is going to be appreciated and won't cost us a lot. It's a different video material. For now, what can we do to fix the environment or try to fix the environment? Some thoughts, because there is more to it. From the confidence standpoint, number one, if we're in HR, if we are a manager, if we're in that position of privilege, power, or having access to those kind of data, challenge the way we evaluate our performance reviews. And one of the simple ways of doing that is to have the panel discussions on the review process. It is a possible way of helping to interrupt the bias and take out more competence out of the cloud of confidence. Number two, how do we run our meetings? How can we design our meetings so we tailor to different styles, different ways people process information? Some people are thinkers on the go. Some people are reflectors. They need time to digest the information and prepare, and then they can surprise you with a great insight, even if it's not in that moment. Anyway, prepare the meeting. Having an agenda, having points, having a time to come back to with some insights and a follow-up. It's something about the structure. Another way is how we can bring those different perspectives from different people. A simple exercise is the brainwriting. If we were not in the virtual world, we would just use the old good post-it notes or a piece of paper. Ask everyone to write the ideas, circulate it around the table without people knowing whose idea that was, and then you can vote for that, and we are again reducing the biases and the judgment, and we can be free to express ourselves, and then work on the things that resonate with people. In the virtual world, there are tools that we can do it online. So I mean, the thing in here is to remain anonymous. So people don't, people can be confident to be vulnerable. So that's one of the ways of bringing more ideas in. And another way we can help with combating the confidence paradigm is to become an ally to other people. If we are in the meeting and we have that confidence to speak up more, we can be the ally to others and say, it looks like you wanted to say something, or I'm curious to know more about this, or it looks like you wanted to say something. Different subtle ways in which we can involve people in sharing the ideas and then commenting on them as well. So asking people's questions is a very good way as well to get them involved and give them the space to think, reflect, and go back. I know we live in the world like that, but not everyone thinks like that. It doesn't mean that it's not valuable. So to wrap it up, the problem with confidence is confidence doesn't mean competence necessarily. It doesn't necessarily mean competence. Number two, confidence applies, we have to be right, but rather I would say let's be confident to be vulnerable. And number three, are we focusing on the right things? Let's instead of focusing on how can we be more confident, how can we bring more value to the workplaces. I hope you find this video useful. There's of course more that we can do, but that's the starting point. I would love to know what your thoughts on that. See you in the next one. Thank you.